I had a good day. I had to email my nurse practitioner about the ear, nose, and throat doctor again because I hadn't heard back. Equifax is in the process of changing my name over. I checked today, in which, lucky me, as soon as that gets done, I could transfer everything. Well, not transfer everything, I mean, get my ex's name off the card. I want to say there was something else. But anyway, while I talk about this next subject, hopefully I will remember what I wanted to say. So last night I had a visit, and it was kind of interesting because I noticed something similar one night not too long ago, quite recently as a matter of fact. And I'm doing my color by numbers on my phone, and then all of a sudden I smell frankincense. Now in the past, I would get a really bad pungent smell. It doesn't mean that they're bad because I was really sick. I've smelled them a few times, and I think they just kind of pop in and pop out. The smell doesn't really last that long. I don't get a bad feeling from them. I just feel like they don't smell the grandest. But last night I was in bed and I smelled frankincense, and it was really strong. If it wasn't frankincense, it was something really close because I do have a little bottle of it, and it was similar, but it was strong, kind of like a mentholatum, kind of. Didn't stink at all. And that got my attention, and I'm like, I recognize that smell. I've smelled that before. Then I get the presence of what I feel when they're there. I can tell when certain beings are in my room. And it's usually, I'm guessing, the higher vibrational beings because it's very noticeable. You don't only kind of feel love, you feel power, like a high rank or something. You just know they're there without a doubt. And I remember thinking, and I don't know why I was thinking this, I really don't. I remember thinking, I know you're there, and I know you're waiting for me to get off the phone so you can do what you got to do. And I think it's funny because they cannot interfere. The only time they ever interfered while I was on my phone was with my heart. And I'm assuming that it needed to be taken care of as soon as possible. And that was the only time they've interfered. But other than that, they haven't interfered. They can't. It's one of the universal laws. No matter how minor it is. I've always wondered why they wouldn't, but now I know. I kind of was finishing up on one. I think I was finishing up. I know I started another one. And I remember thinking, just give me a couple more minutes. And because sometimes when I know they're there and I put my phone up, they don't do anything. Or they leave. Because sometimes I don't see them. So it's hard to tell. All I know is they don't do anything sometimes. 80% of the time they do. But I did finish, and I put my phone down, and I remember thinking, okay. And then all of a sudden, on the right side of my head, and I've heard this before, and if you watched my videos in the beginning of my awakening, you will hear me talk about this sound. Because I heard it a lot. They did procedures on me with the same sound and feeling, but it was a very faint but high-pitched, like a drilling sound, like a dentist drill. It was high-pitched like that, really shrill, but it was very faint. And I remember just kind of recognizing it. I knew that sound, and it seemed like it was like right here, right next to my ear. And then I felt a insertion right here. Painless, of course, and it felt like needle length in width. It was real tiny, and I felt them go through, but how far in, I don't know. And then I felt vibrations going through that area, and I felt it go through my tooth or around to my tongue, because I remember thinking, do I need to move my tongue? Or is my tongue interfering with what you're doing? Of course, I've heard nothing. Then I thought, they can see through anything because they know where my body parts are underneath a blanket. Even a feathered down comforter that's big and plush. So I remember sitting there thinking, oh wow, it's painless, and it's just a miracle, a complete and total miracle. And then while I'm sitting there, and instinctively I was moving my tongue around, I guess I was testing them to see what they would do or not do with me moving my tongue around. Would it interfere? Would it not interfere? But they kept going. But it's a whole different feeling. Those little vibrations was going through to my tongue. It was very interesting. And while I'm sitting there thinking this and going through this, then I felt another one insert around my rib cage. And I'm like, oh, I never felt that before in 2 different areas. It was always one area. So I'm laying there thinking, and I'm trying to stay awake because around that time my pill was starting to kick in. And I'm laying there and I enjoy it because it's a miracle. And I love miracles. They probably don't consider it a miracle because this is things they do all the time and they have that technology, we don't. So we would think it's a miracle. So I'm laying there and thinking back, I don't know what happened, but I moved or something and everything stopped. And I remember thinking, oh, you don't have to stop. And then this started again. And I'm like, this is so cool. They can hear my thoughts. I still can't hear theirs. But, when I channel, it's a whole different kind of thing. I did fall asleep, but then I woke up. And I don't know how fast I woke up from the time I fell asleep. Because I remember I kind of jolted, I think. And I remember thinking, oh no, did you leave? Come back or something like that. And then they started again. And I'm like, oh, you didn't leave. But they stopped. And I don't know why. I don't know if I woke up, I kind of jumped and they stopped. Like, whoa, or I don't know. But I know it was the best thing ever. They're doing something to my body. I don't know what. I wish I did know. Maybe they're altering it. Maybe they are changing it, improving it. I wish they would hurry up and improve it. Tonight, I know if I smell that smell again, that I will put my phone down immediately and see if I can communicate with them better. Because I feel like my visits are kind of stepping up. Meaning, they're doing more and I'm recognizing things on a greater spectrum. And so today while I was working, I threw out there to them, if you come and visit tonight and I smell the frankincense again, I will put my phone down and see if we can communicate. And we'll see what happens. I have the feeling they may not come out tonight, but then they may. I don't know. It would be great. Of course, I welcome them. And when I say that they may not come, I don't know if these beings that come and see me are my guides, if they are the ones that are working on me. I do know that my Arcturian guide, my father, my hybrid father, you know where I'm going. I'm hybrid. I don't think he is. I know he went and got a healer for my foot once. I was told that. And I see that because I seen him and another being. But I don't know if it's my guides working on my body or my star family. And I have a huge star family. We all do. But knowing my position in that dimension, I don't know if mine's more extensive. I don't know. I do know that I have so many entities that come to me that I can't keep up with them. So I don't know if the beings that are working with me are my guides or other. And hopefully one day I'll find out. I feel like they are increasingly progressing me quicker than normal. Those are big words for me. I shocked myself. But I feel like I'm stepping up my game, if you want to call it that. I feel like I'm more attuned. I'm more aware of channeling, feeling, seeing, and then everything that happens at night. And I feel it and I know it and I welcome it. So all that being said, I'm excited. I couldn't remember what the other thing was that I was supposed to tell you. But on another note, I have a hypnosis to do Friday and Saturday. And I'm real excited about that. And I won't say the name, of course, but one of them is the daughter of the man with all the energy. He was so energized. And we'll see how that goes. And I hope she doesn't have his energy, because it will be difficult. So I'm going to end this here. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this visit that I just told you about. It's all accurate and true. And know that these beings are miracles. They are of love and positivity. I keep hearing that people think that these entities, these extraterrestrials, are demons. They're not. Demons wouldn't sit there and love you and heal you and welcome you in their light, if you could say that. So they're not demons. They're not demons. If they were, I wouldn't have anything to do with them. So I'm going to end this video here. And I love you guys so much. Like and subscribe. And I hope you have a good day. I'm sending you love, light, and peace. Bye.